Oh, welcome back my gardening friends. Well, I've had my first call for gritting. It's getting cooler and it's certainly nice to be able to have a few minutes around the rocket stove on those cold days. But when we're out there working, we need some decent gloves. CoolJob have kindly sent me some of their winter range. I want to share with you how the gloves, the summer gloves, normal gloves have done, and then we'll have a look at the winter gloves, and then we'll be trialling those, reviewing those over the cooler months of this winter. So I'll just finish my cup of tea and we'll have a little look, or even a cup of coffee. I've been working hard this morning. I deserve a break. So let's just have a look. We've been using these most of the summer. There'll be a playlist at the on the end screen of the previous videos, but these Think Green recycled gloves, they contain a proportion of plastic bottles to create them, and these are the ones I've been using today. And there is one pair that's got a little hole in the top of the finger, and that's because I missed with the saw, but it didn't get me, it got the glove instead. So that's nothing to do with the actual gloves. These are the CoolJob bamboo gloves, got bamboo in them, and they're touchscreen, and I found those very useful whilst filming. And again, these are waterproof, again CoolJob, plastic, latex, etc. Excellent grip, even though the shovel was getting really wet and muddy. I found those really useful, and probably will again over the winter months. And I've yet to try some of these, but I think some of these were part of the raffle last time. But it just proved that these gloves are really good, because I haven't had to delve into these. They're the latex foam coating. Even though they're a large, they still fit me really well. And then we come to the CoolJob winter range. Again, these are recycled, 1.5 bottles per pair, I believe. But why not check out the links below. And then some waterproof gloves. So basically, it's going to be the same as these, but with some, I think it's terry lining, terry king lining. But anyway, fleece lining. We'll get these out and have a look, and we'll try those today, because I want to get one of my parsnips out. And I've got a pack of these for a raffle, so watch out for the question that you need to Gmail me. This is for anybody, viewers, subscribers, wherever you live in the world, and they do, all the packaging is recyclable, compostable. Even this will break down eventually, 100% biological, you know, whatever it says. But I have had these out the packet, and very similar to the Think Green, extra large recycled fibres, etc. And the only difference is this lining. So now the ordinary gloves without the lining, very loose, very easy to get on and off in the summer, very comfortable, breathable. So it'd be really good to see how these perform. And the tops are completely covered on these to give that little bit of resistance from moisture. And then we've got the breathable bit there. We'll see how they do. Then we come to the waterproof gloves for winter. I'll just get them out of the box. Just had another little drink there, guys. But I haven't actually tried these on. Again, the lining just reading the description, what they everything they do. Latex coated winter gloves with polyester, and like I say, if they last a good while. Some of the gloves that we get at work, they're really cheap and they don't last very long, but that's going to give me plenty of protection, either in water or whilst working in some of the wet, dirty conditions that you've probably seen me in a previous video. And I'm going to be really interested to see how well these do. Won't be using these today, but watch out for future videos where we are using them. But going on the quality of the other gloves, the ones we've been using during the summer, I'm absolutely sure these will also perform well. And of course, you make your own mind up. CoolJob have sent me these gloves and an extra packet for a raffle. I'm not paid to do this, they just give me the gloves to create a video. You make your own choice on what you feel, but links are below in the description. And I'm going to be putting this into my compost bin in a certain place. Hopefully the rats won't grab hold of it, but we'll pop that in the compost bin and I'll find it later on and see how long it does take to break down. Sometimes it's 12 months, sometimes it's 2 years, but sometimes it may be even quicker. We'll soon find out. Shh, they might not hear us. Hello, anyone in? Oh, there he goes. Oh dear. They do make me jump, guys. Hopefully you saw that. As you can see, they're making a cracking job. Come on, drag that down. They've even blocked the entrance up that I'd used at one point to try and stop them, put some nails in, but that didn't help. We've got another hole here. But no, they keep turning the bin for me. I'm happy with that. So let's find somewhere. Let's go up this corner where they haven't... Oh gosh, that's gone a hole. I'm thinking, I thought he'd got me then. We'll pop that there and we'll check it out in the spring. Hello, hello. Anyone in? I hope he don't jump out at me. I'll run off and squeal like a girl. Right, so we're at my parsnip box. We've had a hell of a lot of rain. I should have really covered these up. These aren't touch screens, so just want to make sure we're nice and comfy. There's plenty of flexibility in there. I'm trying to move away from using Stanley knives, etc., because you have to buy them, so I'm trying to use some old knives that we no longer require. But these have got probably quite wet. What they look like now, I don't know, because we always get a little bit of canker. But it's time to pop them away. So we're going to cut all the tops off. Now remember, the sap from that, if that gets on your skin, it can cause burns. It's like the giant hogweed. I'll drop my video of that onto the end screen. It's very important you look at that. Cover your arms and make sure you've got a good pair of gloves on. So I'll get all this tidied up. I'm just conscious of time now because I've got to go and have my dinner and then off out gritting. It's November the 20th, 2022. And a lot of my videos now are probably running about a week behind because I only get a little bit of time up here at the weekend because of the dark evenings. And there's a playlist somewhere how I sow these. Put 3 seeds per cell and then mini greenhouses on top. I'll finish that. Just slip my glove off. Well, that's come off nice and easy, and we'll get all this green growth off first. So just to help some of my viewers out who are new to me, what I mean by mini greenhouses, so top of the yogurt pot, threw the wrong one away guys, top of the yogurt pot, fruit juice bottle, so we take the top off to create the ventilation, cut it off about there, then we can always use the bottom part for slug trays, and then this part fits nicely, he says, picking the perhaps not the right one, in and twist, and that sits there. Once they've grown enough to thin them out, we just gently tease it out and let them have the natural weather. Found that works really well. So to the parsnip reveal, obviously you won't have to keep worrying about taking the gloves on and off, but obviously for filming. So we took 3 out up to yet this year, and I don't wait for the frost, push and twist to get the parsnip out, and that doesn't look too bad at all. Just a little bit of canker on there, but I don't spend any money on making my soil good. I've just had a fertile round and push twist for this massive one. Even I can grow parsnips like that guys, even though I'm called the parsnip king. So we'll need another one, and I will take this one out this side. Push twist, pull up, save your back. And again, that one's gone right to the bottom where we've put the crowbar in. We put a crowbar in, wiggle it about, fill it full of cocoa coir. Cocoa coir's got no nutrients in it at all, and we get a parsnip like that. I've been cutting them off there, but people have been saying use that in the stock, use it somewhere. I will do in the future guys, just don't have time. But that's enough parsnips out for now. We've got lots left, so we'll know roughly where they are if we harvest them that way. So now I've cut the tops off, they'll continue growing, they'll start shooting up again, they'll keep throwing out the little shoots. We don't mind that. Nature always finds a way. Remember, if you was to leave a parsnip in, it would go to seed the following year. It wouldn't be true, but we haven't got time for that, so we'll just remove a few bits. I'll now go and fetch some cocoa coir. I find that the best insulator for over the winter. And of course, this is the, I don't buy it, this is what gets thrown or dumped unscrupulously by the cannabis growers. Be cautious, whatever you find. I've been breaking these up and they're full of the clay balls. I don't like clay balls, but you can see that wasn't a very good grow. They've started the cannabis plant off like that and it's never really took off, which means that there's hardly any roots. We're finding more and more now of people not experienced who grow their own. So there's 2 plants in there. I'm definitely not going to break those up. I made the mistake in my comfrey bin. So all we're going to do now is spread that out. Now I'm going to stop any more moisture getting in there. The parsnips don't look too bad at the moment. I'm going to stop the moisture getting in, and how I'm going to do that is I'm going to angle the insulated bit. What I should have done, thinking about, I should have took these out first, so that's what probably will do, so that any water that runs off the cardboard goes down the back, out the way. I don't want the bed to dry out, but I don't want the parsnips to dry out either. So if I was to take all these parsnips out, they'd start to go soft. The best way I found is just leave them in the ground. So if we really get some hard frost, I can still come up here and actually take them out the ground, even though the ground around might be completely frozen solid. So I'll just go and get the cardboard, and then put something on it to hold it down in case we get that horrible westerly wind. Certainly keeping the hands warm, guys. These are just slightly too long. Come on, get a grip. So the water now will just go onto here and run that way, he says. We'll try it. We'll try it. That much rainwater about. Splishy splosh. Lovely. It's surprising how good cardboard is even when it gets wet. Once I've covered the polytunnel with the white plastic, I'll have some offcuts to create some pallet collar coal frames again, similar to those. I used ordinary plastic and it just degenerated, broke up. So once we get the inside done on this double skinned, I can make a few of those up. So that's how I store my parsnips over the winter months. I repeat it every year, but I have lots of new subscribers that want to know what's going on. They don't always want to look back at my old videos, but don't forget, check out the end screens. You'll be surprised in how interesting some of these videos are, even though I say so myself. But they were planted or sown on the 16th of April 2022. So if you want to be in with a chance, you need to Gmail me. That's in the description below with the links and the rules of when it starts and when it finishes. You'll need to check that out. If you don't get the answer right, I will let you know. So, what is the question? A, is this comfrey? B, is this comfrey? Or C, is this comfrey? A, B or C please. All I want is CoolJob, A or B or C. I'll let you know if you got it right and give you a raffle ticket number. And if you're not sure, just Google it, guys. Please leave me a comment, thumbs up, thumbs down. Consider subscribing so you don't miss out on anything that I get up to these winter months over the 2022-23 winter season. And don't forget to hit the bell so you get every notification. That's if you want to listen and watch me, of course. Never seen these bins so full, guys. There's the leaf mould from 2020, my homemade compost that we made at the beginning of the year. You've already seen the compost bin and my helpers. There's the cannabis compost that we find with the perlite in that's unscrupulously dumped by the cannabis growers, and there's some of the cocoa coir. I'm not sure to compost, guys. It's well worth the effort. Don't need any carrots, and hopefully these are now maturing nicely, and we'll do exactly the same with the carrots. So watch out for that video. Can you see what I can see? Oh, where's my finger? Oh, yeah, we're over here. Caterpillars at the end of November. Goodbye. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now. Don't forget to check the end screens, my playlists.